The required rate for Bangladesh still under manageable proportions, but really they're making heavy weather of what was always a subpar total against India. At the end of 15 overs, 51 for 2. Litton Das, the captain, 24 not out of 47 deliveries, and Shakib Litton, 8 not out. I'm joined on Cricbuzz Comm Box by Joy Bhattacharjya. Joy, really, it appears after seeing 2 overs from Shabazz that if Washington Sundar were to deliver, spin will hold the key to the next 35 overs.
Absolutely. Thanks, Gautam. I totally agree with you. There was almost a wicket out there. The ball almost carried to Rohit Sharma off. You could see Litton Das, literally the ball spinning across his bat. There is turn there on offer, and the pitch has slowed down. What that has meant is that it's been difficult to score runs, and the Indian pacer had been reasonably accurate. So the run rate is down. The only problem is, even with this much pressure and the run rate crawling at 3.4, 3.3, the asking rate, because the total is under 200, the asking rate is still not even 4. And I think that is the one big thing the Indians would look at. They think that had they batted a bit more, got 220, 30 on the table, this could have been a winning total. On a ground like this, the pitch is turning. You've got one more spinner there. I think this was an opportunity that India would be looking and saying, they're wondering that, perhaps they could have played this a bit better.
And we did talk about it in our mid-innings show that not batting out the 50 overs is criminal. No matter what happens, if you're 7 or 8 down, you just spend time out there, runs will come. And as you said, 212, the average first inning score in the last 6 ODIs played at Mirpur. And if India even got to that, it looks like just a little bit difference from even a 186.
No, absolutely. I think that is a big thing, that if you see how even Shakib is batting, he's trying to take chances when he can. But here's the problem. You can't take, the only way you can get runs out here is to take a few risks. And the Indian bowlers have managed to make sure that they're not giving away too much. The problem is that high total is not enough to be able to defend that. But if India get a couple of wickets and there's a little bit of panic, things could change very fast out here. This is not a pitch where you can come in and tonk from ball 1. This is a pitch where you could be very, very dangerous to do things like that. Also, I'm wondering, the other crucial bowler for me sometime in these middle overs is going to be Shardul Thakur. How he bowls and how he controls the middle could be crucial to this innings.
But the real point is to counter what you said, Joy. Yes, Shardul Thakur, of course, a name we haven't seen on the bowling card yet. Washington Sundar yet to bowl. India have stuck with Deepak Chahar with the swing he got early on and the newcomer Kuldeep Sen. But Shardul Thakur often can come on in a situation, maybe be restricted. Yes, he's taken wickets, but today they need the wicket taker Shardul, not the restrictor.
Absolutely. They need the wicket taker, but the one thing is that Shardul is used to bowling in conditions like this. Experience counts. He knows that batsmen can't take too many risks. Keep the ball in the right place, they're going to make a mistake sometime. And sometimes, I think, like Kuldeep is a good bowler, but that relative inexperience could let India down. This is where Shakib was such a master player in the conditions like that. He didn't try to overspin the ball. He had a little bit of turn, but it was enough. He got wickets not of the turn, but also of his arm balls. And that's what you need to do. So a good bowler exploiting the conditions now takes a couple of wickets in the middle, and this could very much be an open game.
We were trying to predict the approach of Litton Das, and I think everyone on the panel, including Dinesh Karthik, suggested that Litton Das should be playing his natural game. He has a certain way of playing and maybe even giving himself 2 or 3 overs at the very top, but he's basically still been continuing to be tentative. 24 of 47, which has now gone to 25 of 50. At some point, you see Litton Das needing to change gear even slightly.
I totally see it. And I think he's struggling. He's been a bit tempestuous once or twice. He's, suddenly got a rush of blood to his head and tried to do something and then realized that he's giving chances. Again, he's gone back into his shed. Somewhere he's in, at this point in time, if he sustained the pressure on him, it looks as if he could make mistakes. Or he gets a couple of lucky fours and suddenly breaks the shackle. So it's a very interesting cat and mouse contest out here in the middle overs. It's not the kind of cricket that we're used to seeing, lots of runs being scored, lots of wickets, but it's fascinating cricket in its own way. It's a very, very tight tactical struggle going on right now.
Before you wrap, first impressions of Kuldeep Sen, 250th ODI player to represent India. Of course, a proud moment for him, but he's found himself in a situation where it's not just about pride. He really wants to deliver and make a difference. He's come close already to a wicket, maybe an ambitious review, but first impressions of Kuldeep Sen.
I like whatever little I saw of him. I thought even there was a hint of reverse in the first ball that he bowled, but he's got pace. And again, as I said, he's a hit-to-deck bowler. If he manages to get a little bit more, he could do well out here in conditions like this, not just in this match, but in future matches as well. And a couple more overs from him, we'll be hoping that some sort of a breakthrough comes. If he can get his beginner's luck and get a wicket for 2 for India, it'll be fantastic.
Well, since we put up those bowling figures, Kuldeep Sen has been hit for a swivel six by Litton Das. So both questions have been answered. Kuldeep Sen's inexperience and Litton Das's changing gear. He probably has decided to change gear, maybe helped by a short delivery from Kuldeep Sen. But nonetheless, is it Bangladesh on the charge finally? We'll be back in the 35th over to see how much progress they've made, because it doesn't look as if they're in a hurry to finish this early. They simply want to finish this. Will it change? We'll be back in the 35th.